Brainy Bites, a daily dose for self-improvement.
Welcome to our video on how to read people instantly. Have you ever wondered why someone said one thing but their body language said something else? Or maybe you've been in a situation where you couldn't quite put your finger on what someone was really thinking or feeling. Well, today we're going to change that. With just a few simple techniques and tips, you'll be able to read people like an open book. Imagine being able to understand the hidden motivations and emotions of those around you, whether in a professional setting or in your personal life. It's a powerful skill that can help you build better relationships, make more informed decisions, and even gain an edge in negotiations. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of nonverbal communication and start reading people like a pro? Let's get started. Please keep in mind that it is not always necessary or appropriate to try to read someone instantly. In fact, it is generally more productive and respectful to take the time to get to know someone and build a relationship with them before making judgments or assumptions about their thoughts, feelings, or motivations. However, there may be some situations in which it is important to try to understand someone's intentions or motivations quickly. For example, in a business setting, it may be necessary to quickly assess the credibility or trustworthiness of a potential partner or client. In a personal relationship, one may want to get a sense of whether someone is being honest or sincere. In these cases, it can be helpful to observe the person's body language and listen carefully to their words and tone of voice, as these can often provide clues about their true intentions. However, it is important to remember that it is not always possible to accurately read someone based on these cues, and it is always best to approach these situations with caution and an open mind. Reading someone instantly involves paying attention to various nonverbal cues and considering the context in which they are communicating. Here are a few key things how to read someone instantly. Number 1. Pay attention to body language. Number 2. Notice micro-expressions. Number 3. Look for discrepancies. Number 4. Pay attention to context. Number 5. Use active listening. Remember, it's important to approach the process of reading someone with empathy and to use these skills as a way to better understand and connect with others, rather than to manipulate or deceive them. Let's discuss the tips in more details. But before we proceed, kindly like, share and subscribe this channel. Let's get started. Tip number 1. How to pay attention to body language. Body language refers to the nonverbal cues that a person uses to communicate their thoughts and feelings. Here are a few ways to pay attention to body language. Number 1. Pay attention to posture. A person's posture can reveal a lot about their state of mind. For example, good posture typically indicates confidence, while slouching or hunching over may indicate a lack of confidence or discomfort. Number 2. Look for facial expressions. Facial expressions are a key part of body language and can reveal a person's emotions. For example, a genuine smile will often involve crinkling around the eyes, while a fake smile will not. Number 3. Observe gestures. Gestures such as hand gestures, finger pointing, or fidgeting can reveal a person's emotions or thoughts. For example, crossed arms may indicate a closed-off or defensive attitude. Number 4. Notice eye contact. Eye contact can be an important indicator of a person's thoughts and feelings. Avoiding eye contact may indicate discomfort or dishonesty, while maintaining eye contact can indicate honesty and confidence. Number 5. Pay attention to distance. The distance that a person maintains from you can also reveal their thoughts and feelings. For example, standing too close may indicate aggression or overfamiliarity, while standing too far away may indicate discomfort or disinterest. Do I make myself clear? I hope you're following along. In continuation of our previous point, let's discuss tip number 2. How to notice micro-expressions. Micro-expressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that can reveal a person's true feelings. They last for only a fraction of a second and are often difficult to detect, but they can be a valuable tool for reading someone's thoughts and emotions. Here are a few tips for noticing micro-expressions. Number 1. Pay close attention. Micro-expressions are fleeting, so it's important to pay close attention to a person's face in order to detect them. Look for subtle changes in facial muscles, such as a furrowed brow or tight lips. Number 2. Look for clusters of expressions. Micro-expressions are often accompanied by other nonverbal cues, such as changes in body language or vocal tone. Look for clusters of expressions or cues that seem to be at odds with what a person is saying. Number 3. Consider the context. The context in which a micro-expression is occurring can give you valuable insights into what it means. For example, a fleeting expression of disgust may be more significant if it occurs in the context of a conversation about a controversial topic. Number 4. Practice. The more you practice spotting micro-expressions, the better you will become at it. You can find videos of people exhibiting micro-expressions online and practice identifying them. Does that make sense? Now that we've covered that, let's take a look at tip number 3: how to look for discrepancies. Looking for discrepancies involves noticing when a person's words and actions don't match up, which can be a sign that they are being deceptive. Here are a few tips for looking for discrepancies. Number 1. Pay attention to verbal and nonverbal cues. Pay attention to what a person is saying and how they are saying it. Look for discrepancies between their words and their tone, facial expressions, or body language. Number 2. Compare what they say to what they do. Notice whether a person's actions match up with what they are saying. For example, if someone says they are happy but has a flat affect and avoids eye contact, they may be lying. Number 3. Look for inconsistencies. Notice whether a person's statements are consistent with what you know about them or with previous statements they have made. Inconsistencies can be a sign of deception. Number 4. Consider the context. The context in which someone is speaking can give you valuable insights into whether their words and actions are consistent. For example, if someone is nervous or anxious in a high-stress situation, it may not be a good time to try to read them. Am I getting my point across? That leads us to the next aspect of this discussion, which is tip number 4. How to pay attention to context. Paying attention to context involves considering the circumstances in which a person is communicating and how these circumstances may affect their thoughts and feelings. Here are a few tips for paying attention to context. Number 1. Notice the setting. The setting in which a conversation is taking place can give you valuable insights into a person's thoughts and feelings. For example, a person may behave differently in a formal setting compared to a casual one. Number 2. Consider the person's emotional state. A person's emotional state can significantly impact how they communicate. If someone is upset, anxious, or stressed, it may be more difficult to accurately read them. Number 4. Pay attention to the relationship between the people involved. The relationship between the people involved in a conversation can also affect how they communicate. For example, a person may behave differently with a close friend compared to a stranger. Number 5. Think about what has happened recently. A person's recent experiences can also impact how they communicate. For example, if someone has just experienced a major life event such as a loss or a promotion, it may affect their thoughts and feelings. By considering the context in which a person is communicating, you can gain valuable insights into their thoughts and feelings and better understand what they are trying to convey. Do you understand what I'm saying? That brings us to our last tip, which is tip number 5. How to use active listening skills. Active listening is a communication technique that involves fully engaging with the person you are speaking to, which can help you better understand their thoughts and feelings. Here are a few tips for using active listening skills. Number 1. Make eye contact. Making eye contact with the person you are speaking to shows that you are interested and engaged in the conversation. 2. Nod. Nodding while someone is speaking can show that you are following along and understanding what they are saying. Number 3. Avoid interrupting. Let the person finish what they are saying before you speak. Interrupting can show that you are not fully engaged in the conversation. Number 4. Clarify. If you are not sure you understand what the person is saying, ask questions or ask for clarification. This shows that you are interested in the conversation and want to understand their perspective. Number 5. Paraphrase. Repeat back to the person what you have heard them say in your own words. This helps to ensure that you have understood them correctly and also lets them know that you have been paying attention. Using active listening skills helps to build trust and understanding in a conversation, and can lead to more meaningful and productive communication. To wrap up this episode, reading someone instantly involves paying attention to various nonverbal cues and considering the context in which they are communicating. Here are a few key things to keep in mind. Number 1. Pay attention to body language. A person's posture, facial expressions, gestures, and eye contact can reveal a lot about their thoughts and feelings. Number 2. Notice micro-expressions. Micro-expressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that can reveal a person's true feelings. Number 3. Look for discrepancies. If a person's words and actions don't match up, it may be a sign that they are being deceptive. Number 4. Pay attention to context. The circumstances in which a person is communicating, including the setting, their emotional state, and the relationship between the people involved, can all impact their thoughts and feelings. Number 5. Use active listening skills. Engaging fully with the person you are speaking to, such as by making eye contact, nodding, and asking questions, can help you better understand their thoughts and feelings. Remember, it's important to approach the process of reading someone with empathy and to use these skills as a way to better understand and connect with others, rather than to manipulate or deceive them. If you found this video to be informative and insightful, please support us by sharing it with your network, giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel for more updates. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.